Two wheels are better than four. From the mountains to the shore, find us rolling up to the pub. We're 17 Scooters Club.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We were a beauty podcast last week. This week we are a home improvement podcast.
Welcome, Chip and Joanna.
You just have Liv and Kate today, but if you're watching on YouTube, Katie's in a construction zone.
Yes. Unfortunately, this is not my work. This is my home. But I was just telling Liv, we got big plans for this. Unfortunately, this is where I'm living. But so essentially, we took out a fireplace, and I have a funny story about the fireplace. So the fireplace, I bought the house and I was like, oh my gosh, I bought it in December. So it was cold. And I was like, oh, it's going to be so great to have a fireplace. Liv and I grew up with a fireplace, always had the fire going. Mom and dad's fireplace heat up a lot of the downstairs actually. So I was so excited. So we go to use the fireplace and all the smoke is like billowing out of it. And we're like, are we stupid? Like, do we not know how to use a fireplace? Like this, I feel dumb. So I go to this fireplace shop. I show people pictures. Dad comes over. John's looking at it. We can't figure out this fireplace. It got to the point where
chimney sweeper.
Yes. Well, John was up there looking.
Poppins.
He was on the roof. Yeah. So we were looking at it and we're like, the flue's open. Everything's open. So then it got to the point where someone at work asked me if I have taken up smoking. And I was like, no, why? And they're like, you smelled horrible. It was all my clothes, everything. And I was like, I don't understand how. Like it was physically getting smoky. Alarms were going off. So then the fireplace people were like, why don't you get a blowtorch and blowtorch up the chimney?
Picturing you getting asked about being a smoker and you're like, what? No, why? And then like them being like, you just smell very smoky.
Literally, I was like, I'm a marathon runner. I don't smoke. And they were like, you just smell like you smoke, like you're stinking up the whole place. And then I felt Big Ten, and I was like, no. So essentially, long story short, we're like, this fireplace is garbage. I went to this fireplace place and they were like, oh, it's an ambient fireplace. It's just for ambiance. So we're like, okay, let's demo it. Fine. So John starts demoing it and he finds a hidden lever. There was a little lever that we were supposed to open, I guess, to help with airflow. It wasn't going to help totally. But it was a little lever that would have helped with that. But anyway, we were like, this thing is garbage. We're done. We want to heat the house with wood. I like that. That's a good angle.
Yeah, but this is my construction zone.
Oh,
this is all my laundry. But I thought this is where I record TikToks right here.
That's where it looks good. You just sit in your laundry.
I'll just move my laundry pile. Continue. There's a hidden lever inside.
There was a hidden lever that would have helped with the airflow because they had me going up the chimney with a blowtorch to then try to help the airflow. It's like the negative and the positive pressure and this and that. And I was like, this is way too much. And also this thing doesn't even heat the house. So we decided to knock it out. And this is really the point of my story. So we're looking at, I was looking at different wood burning stoves and I really wanted a Norwegian one because they're just had super good reviews. So John and I decide on one. They are quite expensive. They're thousands of dollars. So we decide on like a middle of the road one. But you can't, you can order one from Sweden if you want, but obviously that's going to be expensive. So I was like, well, let me see if I could find one in the area. So I find actually on my road, there's a wood stove place. I was like, well, what are the chances? So I go and I'm like, hey, do you have, it's called a yodel, but it's spelt with a J. Do you have a yodel? And they were like, yeah, we do. Yes. So they were like, yeah, we have it. So I was like, okay, cool. This is the one I want. So then they're like, well, if you want this one, we actually have to order it. And there's going to be a tariff on it. And then there's also going to be tax. And also if you want to use a credit card or any type of card, there's also going to be another percentage. So it came out to be like 15% more. And it would have to ship from.
Wait, I'm so stupid. I thought that I know this story, but I thought you were talking about a stove to like cook on. the whole time,
Oh,
and
I
I'm
bought
like,
one of those too, but
I was a
no,
little confused
with
why you
stove.
were gonna have a tariff on your like stove. I'm like, I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of those are like made here, but the wood burning stove makes sense. I just took Tate's blanket and he's
no,
mad
you're
at
good.
me.
Yeah, so essentially they were like, well, it's going to be this huge percentage on top of the cost. And I was like, well, that puts me over what I wanted to spend. So then the guy was like, well, I'll cut you a deal. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll cut you a deal. And I was being a little sassy, but he was being really nice. He lives on my road. The
Oh,
I could walk to the wood burning stove store. But anyway,
that's so weird.
it is really random.
Serendipitous. Yeah.
But anyway, he was like, if you pick something that I have in stock, that so I don't have to order it from Sweden, or deal with any of the tariffs or the taxes or anything, and you pay me just cash, I'll give you a big discount. So he was like, 3,000 for a bigger stove, a bigger, better one, because the other one was going to come out to like 3,500 after everything. So he's like, I'll give you any stove you want within reason, like same brand, even if it's bigger for 3,000. And I was like, fine, I picked the bigger, better one. I picked Lucy. Here she is. She's in
Lucy,
uh
Lucy.
her Jurassic Park box. She's like a velociraptor waiting to to get
Waiting to be let loose.
yes. And I was like 2,900 cash and free delivery because I can't lift that thing. And they were like, cool, deal. And then they brought it yesterday and I tipped them in eggs from the chickens.
Aw,
They
wait,
were happy about
that's
it.
why is this the life I want? That's so serendipitous.
It was
Aw.
funny. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated every week when we record on the status of my living room because right now it's a construction zone.
Yeah, do like a little construction zone catch up. Katie's
Yeah.
construction zone catch up.
Mhm.
Boom.
Now my office just has piles of all of my things that are
Um,
supposed to be in there. But
I mean, it looks like a jungle in there. I have a little update actually for everybody. Um, so I like to watch. I think I've talked about this before, but Shane Dawson, he was like OG YouTuber with Jenna Marbles, like
mm-hmm.
one of them, and he like still posts everything. Like makes YouTube videos sporadically, which is nice. And then he also has a podcast, and there's like
Mm-hmm.
he's known for conspiracy theories. So at the end of each podcast, he does like a little chunket of conspiracy theories. And I have a conspiracy that Shane Dawson's the only one that listens to our podcast because, um, because like about 3 times now, a week later, he's covered the same thing. So I covered the what's it called, organ donation, and he
Mm-hmm.
covered it a week later. Natalie covered the Mountain Dew. Well, actually, we covered it for her, the soda, and then he
Mm-hmm.
covered that about a week later. um but anyways, I just thought that was crazy. And then also, I it took me so long to get, because we talked about organ donation last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just stuck on it. I can't like get off of it. I took myself off the California list, which I had to go in, and then it asked you for your organ donation number, and I'm like, I signed up with my license. I don't know what my number is. So I had to call them, and then they ended up being like, "Oh, do you want to just like stay on the phone with me and I will walk you through taking you off organ donation?" And so I was able to do that. And then at the end it goes, if you ever signed up somewhere else, you're gonna have to make sure you're off the list. And I'm like, are you able to tell me if I'm signed up somewhere else? And they're like, no. Is you have organ donor?
Oh, yeah, I gotta figure it out.
Um so I then went on to New York and had to take it because I've had a license in New York. So I had to take my name off the New York registry. So
How'd you do
they're
that?
like double, they're putting you in double pots. So they were able, I called her as well. And I'm like, listen, I don't have my New York license anymore. I don't have really no affiliation legally with New York. Like, yeah, I'm still on your list. Like, can you help me take me off the list? And so she was able to like take my birthday and name and grab it. But the thing is, I feel so like talking to these people on the phone, being like, I'm taking my name off the list. Like it almost feels greedy, but also it's like y'all are really like doing
Shady.
dirty work. Like we already talked about this. It's really shady. Like so many people are like getting basically murdered by that system. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm out. And yeah, it was a process.
Can you
But
send me the process after this so then I can try to do it?
yeah, I'll send you online. But yeah, basically it's going to still say it on your license unless you go in and get a new license.
I
But I
need a
kind of
new
just want to
license.
like color it in and be like, not an organ donor anymore.
Wait, I wonder if you're able to do that because John got a new license and they were like, hey, do you want to pay like $80 or whatever, like to change his address to here?
Hmm.
They were like, hey, do you want to pay like whatever the fee is for a new card, or you can just scratch out your old address with a Sharpie and rewrite it on it? And he was like, are you sure I can do that? And they're like, yeah, here's a Sharpie. So on his license, it's his name and then his old address is crossed off
At
and it's
the
written.
DMV, they had him do that.
And I've seen that because I check people's IDs at Duchess for like their testing, and I've seen people with like a label maker sticker on it. Isn't
I
that
just
weird?
have the wrong address on my ID.
Me too. I didn't change it yet.
I'm just like, whatever.
I'll just wait
I
until
don't,
it's time to change it.
yeah, that's
Apparently,
crazy.
you can get a ticket. I don't know about California, but like if I got pulled over and they were like, "Hey, where are you coming from?" and I'm like, "My house," and they're like, "Your house is this way, not in LaGrange," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I moved." You have 6 months to change it before you can get ticketed for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Um, that's the same with like licenses. Like I was supposed to have a California license within I think it was like 30 days of moving here. But I had Grammy's old Ford Fusion, trusty
Mhm.
old gal got me across the country a few times.
Yeah.
Um basically my tail light was out, but like how do you can't really know your tail light's out unless
Unless somebody tells you.
somebody's yeah. Um and so I got pulled over on the way home from work one day, and I'm like, well, first I'm gonna tell you a story. This truck police officer lady was tailing me, and I'm like, what? Like, can you like not? And like, because when someone tails me, I just avoid the conflict. I pull over, let them go by, because I'm like, what the hell? And so when I pulled over and the truck pulled over behind me, I'm like, is somebody gonna like abduct me
Murder
right now?
me?
And then she turns her lights on, and I'm like, that's really weird. Like, what's going on? And she's like, hey, you know your taillight's out? And I'm like,
No. Thanks for
no,
telling
but
me.
thanks. Anyways, I gave her my ID and she's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going home. And she's like, to New York? And I'm like, no, just like right down the street, live in Oceano. And yeah, she was like, you know, you gotta change this. I'm like, yeah, I'll get on it. She's like, okay. And I had my New York license for about like 3 years
Yeah.
till it expired. Yeah. I'm like,
And then,
allegedly. Allegedly.
see, I feel like that's fine to do. Like, when technically you're supposed to change your address every time you move. Like, so when I'm moving apartment to was moving from apartment to apartment every year because I didn't like the apartment I was in. Technically,
Yeah.
I was supposed to change my address. So I just changed it back to mom and dad's address. And that's what's on mine now.
See, yeah, like changing it for apartments is crazy. Like I
You're
how am
supposed to.
I'm supposed to say that that's my home? Like on my license? I
Yeah.
don't know. That's crazy.
Stupid.
And then I also what's it called? Like I changed it online with the DMV, but they're not going to send me a new ID. So I'm like,
You
and
gotta
I
write
think
it
I have to
down.
go. I think I have to go in to like get a new ID, and I'm like, I'm not going to the DMV unless someone's got a gun to my head.
Yeah. Right? Or unless it
Period.
expires. Like, my ID,
Yeah,
I don't know, or you change your name, or, like, I'm not gonna go
I'm
just to.
not doing that.
Well, I have to change mine again to get something. But I'm
Yeah.
not keeping. I'm not keeping this one. But yeah, I'm waiting, or until they make me get like the passport license thing. Like I'm waiting for a big event, and then I will go and do everything. But I'm not. You have to pay. I'm not paying.
Yeah. No, I didn't
Stupid.
think I had the passport license. I have the real ID. I didn't realize I had it because I was like, oh no, because when we were in San Diego, that's when everything went into effect. And I'm like,
Yeah.
crap, I'm going to need to get a real ID. And then this girl I follow online was like, guys, I just waited at the DMV to get a real ID and I already had one. And she showed me like the little emblem in the corner. And she's like, if you have this emblem on your license, you have the real ID. And I'm like, that's very quaint and coy and like great. But I wish it said real ID on it so you'd know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You know. Yeah, I'm
Let's-
not. I have my passport, so why would I? Right?
Right.
Is that a valid
Right.
statement? I have my passport, so I
No.
don't need the real ID, right? I don't know. Unless I
No,
go
I
when
agree.
I go to make all the changes on my stupid license, then we will go do it. But now's not the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you're not just gonna go out of your way to get it.
Yeah, annoying.
I need a new passport, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Well, maybe next year. Well,
Maybe. Maybe.
maybe
We'll
we'll see
see.
about that. I'm curious
What's
if
your topic today?
yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
what
I'm
were you gonna say?
curious. This could be a test if Shane Dawson is listening because this one is a very niche but interesting one. And it is
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. All right. So do you know the actress Nicole Kidman? Or do you
Yes.
know of her? I'm trying to think
Because
of like
I don't know if she's still married to Keith Urban,
oh, yes. She
but
was she was in about a million movies. I'm trying to look at like her most recent ones. Um, she was in like some animated ones. She was in Aquaman, The Northman. Um, yeah, she was married to Keith Urban, Bombshell, The Upside. Just
mm,
so many, so many. Google her right now. Stop if you don't know who she is. Google Miss Nicole Kidman. So I came across this, and of course, this is a classic topic of, or a classic case, should we say, of someone makes a claim, someone presents all this evidence, and then when, you know, normally what we talk about, the government steps in and they're saying, no, no, no. And then the person comes out and says, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was lying. Wink, wink.
hmm.
So this one's about Nicole Kidman, and this one I'm kind of curious about what you think because when I first heard it and then was reading about it, it kept coming up, and I was like, "This is weird." Okay, but then the story kept growing, and I
Is she a
will.
lizard?
No, but she might be. So
Oh.
online, there is this girl who looks like Nicole Kidman. We could say that. Like she looks like Nicole Kidman has two like public figure documented kids. One at least one is a daughter. There's this third girl. And I will say her username. We'll tag her username. But she has come online and she's come out and say that she is Nicole Kidman's third hidden child. The two other ones, they're out in the spotlight, they're out in the public, but there's one who says that she was hidden away. And she came online and she was like, Nicole Kidman wanted to hide me away because specifically beneath the floorboards. She hid me beneath the
Oh.
floorboards and like in these secret passages in her home, which doesn't surprise me after all of this crazy celebrity secret hiding things, you know, tunnels, whatever. So plausible. So specifically, Nicole hid her because of her quote unquote powers. And so everyone at first,
She looks like she has powers.
she does. And when she talks, she's very well spoken. She's not kooky. Like it's this whole crazy thing. So she goes into it and she says that basically she grew up and she thought that her whole upbringing was normal. She knew her mom was famous. Nicole Kidman apparently wore a lot of wigs and whatnot. She knew she was famous. And she just thought, you know, living in the quote unquote floorboards. When I hear floorboards, I think of like a haunted house. Like, remember, this is Nicole Kidman, so I'm sure this is like just another room. She's like, I thought that was normal. I thought it was because of the fame. I thought it was because, you know, celebrities try to protect their privacy. So I just thought it was a normal thing.
Mhm.
So she says that she's seen her mom, Nicole Kidman, possess the ability to turn humans into different objects, specifically ladders. And that's where I was like, this is a little weird, but this is the whole basis of her story.
Is
So
this a person?
that might be a person. So basically, she said that one morning, well, many mornings, but the one morning she was talking about, her mom, Nicole, would like climb ladders, like a little ladder every day to go pick out a wig because she had a whole wig closet. You know how she has like her iconic red hair. I think her hair might naturally be
I
blondish.
just found her.
Yes, her. So
Oh.
she says that one morning she was younger. She was probably like 7. And Nicole Kidman was like, I need a wig up here. And she literally just transformed, like a person was standing there, like some person who worked for her, transformed into a literal ladder. And the girl was like, this is weird, but you know, like I'm hiding away, whatever. So this became a normal thing. Like she said, from 7, fast forward to like 14 years old. So in that 7 years, it was a normal thing. Like Nicole Kidman was turning people into like objects, or like there was some type of shape shifting going on specifically with Nicole Kidman. She herself could turn into different things. And this girl was like, well, this is weird, but you know, like we're famous. We live this really weird life. I get hidden away. So she says that she thought it was super weird. The quote unquote daughter also thinks that these powers, I guess, are hereditary. So Nicole Kidman and this hidden daughter who's come out says that they both have these weird powers.
Do you know is this daughter supposed to be older, younger, or like right in the middle of the other kids?
I think they're right around the same age.
Right around the
I
same
can look
age.
that up in a sec because I'm curious also what the other kids like. I think that girl looks like I see similarities between her and Nicole Kidman.
Right.
And we're kind of circling back to the beginning of how I found this. So I found her because she said Nicole Kidman is trying to sue me, my mom. And so Nicole Kidman obviously has come out with I don't know if it's a real lawsuit or like a lawsuit because this is on social media for defamation.
Right.
But this girl is sticking to her mother is Nicole Kidman. Like even if Nicole Kidman is like, okay, you can't be saying these things. This is crazy. And the girl is like, okay, I guess I was 7. There's no way to prove that I was seeing all these shape shifting things. Okay, whatever. Like, let's say that wasn't true. She still claims, like, to this day, if you go to her page and you look, she still claims that she is Nicole Kidman's hidden daughter. So, isn't that weird? Like, you would think if there's a lawsuit being pressed and she's saying, okay, like, I guess I can't prove shape shifting and all this weird stuff. Like, she's still saying, like, she hid me my whole childhood. So
that is odd.
Isn't that weird? And that's kind of where
have to say about it.
What?
What does Keith Urban have to say about it?
I was gonna say I think he's keeping his hands out of it. I wonder if maybe maybe it's Keith's daughter.
Okay, I just went on her page and it goes, Paul Wesley's sister is her TikTok account, and then so like her caption right now is Paul Wesley's sister, and then
formal statement regarding the videos I previously made about
hold on.
my own mother.
I feel like it's formal
statement.
Hold on, listen.
Regarding the videos
I'm going to play this real quick.
I'd like to issue a formal statement regarding the videos I previously made about my mother, Ms. Nicole Kidman.
Oh.
In several TikTok videos, I made claims that Ms. Kidman hid me under the floorboards of her home, that she wears wigs, and that she has the ability to turn people into ladders. I want to clarify that these statements were entirely false. They were not based in fact, and they do not reflect reality in any way. Ms. Kidman has never hid me under the floorboards. She has never transformed me or anyone else into a ladder. Any mention of her wigs was speculative and unfounded.
But she still claims that she's her mother.
That these claims have caused confusion, distress, and reputational harm to Ms. Kidman, and I sincerely apologize for any impact my words may have had. Effective immediately, I will be removing any content that contains these false claims.
It's still on there.
Oh, but
and I will not be making further statements of this nature about Ms. Kidman. Thank you.
The way she's like mouthing to someone off camera. Did you see this one?
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, oh my god, she's like she came out, she lied, but she's like mouthing to someone off camera, be like, what? Like I have to do this. If you haven't seen it, well, let me save this so I can screen record it and post it. But yeah, she's like mouthing to someone off camera, being like, no, this is. And like,
I feel like she has to say that because of the lawsuit threat, like that. You know how sometimes people come out, like all the stupid CIA, like lies and lies and lies. Like oh yes, we never did any of this type thing. But if you scroll
just so she
down,
doesn't get sued.
but at the beginning of that, did you hear my mother, Nicole Kidman? But
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
part of
heard
this whole
too.
question is she's not one of the 2 documented kids. So that
And she goes, Nicole Kidman's still suing me.
if you watch all those other videos, it's like multiple parts. She talks about it. So I don't know.
Weird.
Like at first I wrote it off and I was like, okay, this girl is just a little kooky. But then I saw that was the first one that I saw was that whole like weird apologies, wink, wink, not apologizing thing. And then what caught me was that she still claims to be the daughter. So there
Yeah,
has to be
like
something weird in there.
she's either like unwell, like living in her own reality,
Yeah.
or there's some truth to it.
I don't
Like,
know.
or she just gives absolutely no fucks and wants to go viral.
Maybe.
Like,
Could be.
but at what point is like going viral like useful to you if you're getting sued for all the money you're making for going viral, and probably a lot more because defamation.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
wild.
why ladders? Have you ever heard of that like supernaturally?
No. Ladder. Well, let me look it up.
I wonder if
The
there's
ladders
some
being
meaning to that.
supernaturally. That's what I'm saying.
What do
Yeah, that I was gonna do that too, but you tell me.
thinking? So, supernaturally, a ladder is a powerful symbol of a bridge between the earthly and divine realms. It represents a spiritual elevation, progress, and the potential for personal connection with higher forces.
So
Let's
are the
see.
people being turned into ladders closer to God, or is Nicole Kidman closer to God?
Maybe they're jumping
Or the
timelines.
heavens. Oh.
What does it mean when someone turns into a ladder? When someone says a person turns into a ladder, it's a role helping someone else ascend. It can also suggest a person embodies the idea. Okay, blah blah. No, we don't want to know about
So
that.
they are helping Nicole ascend.
Yeah, maybe Nicole is using them to ascend to a higher version of
Godly.
herself, a
Yeah.
higher.
Weird.
Isn't that weird? So it's all about basically the person becoming the ladder is being used, and
Okay.
like
That
is a
would make
vessel.
sense in this timeline.
Yeah.
The only thing. Oh wait, I lost it. Oh, what I'm saying is, like, if she's lying, then like it makes sense to be super specific. Like sometimes I know when, like, I've read about this because if you're calling out of work allegedly and stuff
Oh.
like that, it's good to know how to lie.
Mhm.
But when you get really into detail about it, that's when you know that you're lying. Like, hid me in her house. Okay, hid me under the floorboards. Is that too specific?
I
She
don't
has
think
magical
so.
powers. Yeah. She's turning people into ladders. Too specific. I mean, if somebody turns somebody into a ladder, like continuously into one specific item, I guess it would stand out. And I guess under the floorboards, that's just even more saying like, I'm not a part of her home. Like, she's not just locking me away; she's hiding me away.
I don't know because I was left with questions because this is all the information she gave, and then I wanted to know more. Like I wanted to know like how did the transformation happen? Who is the other person? When you say floorboards, were you laying under the floorboards? Was there a hatch? Like, give me a typical like day in the life. What happened? Like, apparently Nicole said, "Oh, do you want to see something?" and then turn somebody into a ladder. Like, I need specifics. How did she do it? What? How long was this person the ladder?
What is she telling to the families that like work for her? Like that?
A
Oh,
person.
your person just died. No, I'm sorry. I do not have a body, unless the body. She turns like the soul, like the innards, into the ladder. Like she creates.
I think they
matter,
can
and
be
then the
turned.
body's left.
I think they can be turned into a ladder and then back into a person, like shapeshifting.
Oh,
That's
so
from my
she
understanding.
uses their energy and then turns them back.
and
Okay,
turns
well
them
that's
back.
not that bad. That's
That's what
fine.
well,
I do want a layout of. I'm sure Nicole Kidman has many houses, and I'm wondering which house specifically she was locked in, and I also want a layout of that home to dive into, and I want somebody to walk around it and see if there's any sort of like hidden room or something.
we gotta find it on Zillow.
Yeah,
Maybe it was in
this is a
Australia
book.
because that's where Keith is from.
Yeah,
I don't know. We
Keith.
have some.
I don't like.
Keith
Part of
couldn't
me's
have
like,
that.
Keith Urban's too chill. Like he's not gonna do that. But at the same time, they're both like vampires or something. Like Keith Urban's a vampire, Nicole Kidman's a witch, and they just thrive together until they didn't. But
Right? Or are they
did
even still
Nicole?
married?
I don't know. Did Nicole Kidman, was she, because I know she's pretty famous now. Did she somebody who got famous like later on, or was she famous like as a
I think
young person
I
as
think she
well?
was famous as she was younger. So as you were talking real quick and you're looking that up, I googled is Keith Urban evil or a witch? And it said he's not evil nor a witch. That rumor is unfounded, and it likely comes from comments made during other interviews, specifically as him saying, I've made deals with the devil, blah, 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 blah. So Keith has talked about maybe Nicole is the devil with her red hair.
And they are still married.
They are. It says he married
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman in 2006 and entered rehab and has been sober ever since. Kidman and his children are frequently cited as his motivation. How many?
Kidman
Let's
and
look
his
up.
children. So
How
those
many?
are his kids, right?
Yes.
I think they are. 2006.
Well, maybe not. It says Keith Urban has one
Wait.
child.
Oh.
How many kids does? Let's
Share
see.
2 daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. Kidman posted sweet. Well, then this mystery child wouldn't be him.
Adopted.
So
Nicole
they
has 4
adopted one?
children. 2 are adopted with the ex-husband Tom Cruise, and then 2 biological daughters with Keith.
Oh, okay. Cute. So is this how old is this girl? You need to know because she looks like she could be my age.
Yeah, she looks like she's in her mid-20s, I'd say.
So and mid-20s, born in 2006, she's not 21 yet. If it was like had to do anything with Keith Urban. So this is like pre-Keith Urban.
Yeah, 7. Well, one is 17.
Thank God Keith is out
one's
of it.
30.
Give me very well. We should do some sort of like genetic like building of Tom Cruise and and Nicole Kidman to see what their kids would look like.
Well, yes. Right? Maybe Tom Cruise is part of the problem.
Because she looks like she could be a kid, but she's definitely not Keith's kid. Like she doesn't look just like those two. Yeah. So I'm like, whose kid is it?
Or is she part of the adopted?
ChatGPT.
Maybe she's adopted, and like if they already have 2 publicly adopted kids, maybe they had another. Because she still says Nicole Kidman is my mom. She does not say anything about Keith.
Yeah.
Let's see, how many kids does Tom Cruise have? Tom Cruise have 3. She kind of look up Tom Cruise.
I like Tom Cruise.
I feel like he looks like that lady.
Honestly, eyes.
Yeah.
And like bigger face.
Bigger face.
Nicole Kidman.
If you guys who are listening have any intel or information, I know the latter thing sounds crazy, but like Liv said, either this girl's telling the truth and no one's gonna believe her. Maybe, Justin Bieber shapeshifts into lizards all the time. Maybe Nicole Kidman shapeshifts into ladders. We don't know. Who's to say?
Let's see if I'm looking for it describes it. Let's see. I wrote, what would a kid look like if Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman had a kid and it was a female aged 28? And the AI overview says, although actors Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman adopted 2 children during their marriage, they never had biological child together. Their biological daughter would be a hypothetical individual, but we can speculate on her potential appearance by combining features from both parents. So, height and build, given Kidman's height, 5'11", and Cruise's shorter status, 5'7", a daughter could have a tall, slender figure, which honestly, size depends on how you live. Face shape, she might have a strong, defined jawline and high cheekbones, inheriting traits from both parents.
Okay, I'd say so.
Yeah, I'd say she has a strong jawline and high cheekbones. Eyes, daughter would likely have striking, expressive eyes, potentially combining Cruise's intense blue with Kidman's shape. Hair, Kidman's natural curly red hair and Cruise's dark brown hair could produce a daughter with a mix of colors and textures. This would include a red or auburn hue and some wave or curl. This girl has like auburn wavy hair. Smile, the daughter would likely have a bright, warm smile, a trait for which both parents are known for. Interesting. I mean, she fits the cue. Interesting. I wonder if I could put this in the chat GPT and it will like create a picture for me.
Oh, see. Oh, hold on.
Copying and pasting.
What? This might be a follow-up episode. I just looked up, are there any Tom Cruise conspiracies? I completely forgot. Tom Cruise is crazy into Scientology.
Oh, he is. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Was she held underneath the floorboards of a Scientology church?
Oh my gosh, there's a whole nother layer here. They said that some had noted a coincidental timing in his divorces from Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes, suggesting they were planned to avoid certain legal or financial obligations, such as spousal support for Kidman. There's also a scandal, a fish scandal, leading to speculation about origin and meeting. Interesting. And apparently, according to his first wife, he wanted to become a monk, but then now he's huge into Scientology.
So he needed something up there. Interesting.
Maybe I'll add that to my list. Maybe I will see if there's any connection between this girl, Scientology, Tom Cruise. Is she a hidden love child who literally was hidden in the floorboards?
They are. It's thinking. It's creating something. It looks kind of scary at the moment. It's just like a shadow.
Oh no!
It's creating, and I'm like, oh no. You could do it. You could do it. Oh. Here she comes. Let's see.
A long time to make pictures.
This one's older. Let's see. Can you make her a few years younger and a bit heftier? If you know what I mean. Good morning. Let's see. Well,
what is the Tom Cruise?
Well, mine, I decided to do a ghost tour of my area. And I will be reading those. I can't believe it's taking so long. It says getting started.
Does sometimes.
Why are you getting started? Oh, she got snacks.
I made banana bread.
Ooh,
No,
yum.
just right now, but the other day.
I'm like, wow. So it's still thinking. Wowza. I'm going to send you a screenshot of what they created.
Okay.
Real quick. And then it's still thinking on the other one. So I will get started with my ghost stories. And then...
we can also post it.
We'll post it for sure. But I want to see it now. I don't know why it's taking so long. And finding my screenshots on this It's impossible because I have too many pictures. Let me go back here. Oh, it's getting closer. I think I want to wait it out.
Okay.
No. I'll send you the first one, and I guess similar features. It's funny though, because it said, because this is a fictional character, we can create it for you. But if I said, can you get me pictures of Nicole Kidman, they would have been like, nah. I know.
I just still think it's weird that she claims she's the daughter. Like, was she the adopted daughter? Is she maybe a daughter of either one of her ex-husbands and then calls her, like, no, she said my mother. Which is weird.
It is weird. It is quite weird. Alright, well, obviously this thing is taking its dandy time. So, I decided I'm going to take you in spooky season fashion a little ghost tour throughout San Luis Obispo County. This is by James Papp. He's a local ghost tour guide, and he actually put all of this together. And I'm going to read it to you guys. So this is in his point of view. He goes, I get the best ghost stories from people on my ghost tours when I ask who's experienced a haunting. They're more like anecdotes than stories, brief encounters with the dead rather than the living. The earliest ghost story in San Luis Obispo County, maybe the earliest in California, involves humans transforming into ghost bears. Father Antonio Martinez wrote it down in an 1812 report to his superiors on the beliefs of people of the Tilini, the name of northern Chumash settlement that preceded the mission San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, to whom he referred to as pagans. Amongst the pagans, there is a notion about their eternity in which they changed their nature for those that died here on the soil. They are not to say were transformed into bears, and they went to live in some mountain 6 miles from the mission. I myself have known a Christian of this mission who at 12 o'clock in the daytime was chased by a bear. The people presumed that it was of the class of bears because of the little fear the horse manifested, and because the bear kept running after him. In other rancheras, they likewise have the same idea. Father Antonio knew the person who was a Christian. It happened in broad daylight, and the witness agreed it was a ghost bear, the sort of details you would try to convince someone with 2 centuries later. Here are 13 other local hauntings with a few of their odd details.
Was that the mission that we went to?
Mm-hmm.
And the ghost bear was there.
I forget how many missions. Hassam, how many missions are there up the coastline?
Also 21.
21. He did a school project on this. But yeah, 21 missions. That is one of them. And
all on the same road.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And there's bear fountain in front with a little Shumash kid playing with the bears, where all the homeless people bathe. But yeah, it's like, I think it's 2 grown bears and a baby bear, and then like a kid playing.
Did you think when you saw it in the past that there was any type of bear connection?
Mm-mm.
Like you're just like, oh, there's bears, California bears. Yeah.
Hey, fill in for a second.
Okay, so when Liv took us to this mission, I am from New York, so we don't really have these. We were walking around this like cute little city, and it was all sidewalks and like kind of really cute, like streets, well kept. There were some shops, there was some houses, and we went to this mission. There were a few homeless people, but it was really cool to walk around. Like from what I remember, there was like a church, right? There's a building, a church. Everyone was big into outside. That's what the mission is. Okay, it was like this big church.
Yeah.
Right. We peeked inside.
Yeah, it took me a while, but they call these like not ancient, but like historic churches missions. That's what they're called.
Yeah. And there was like this huge, not huge, but like this backyard that was all kind of like fenced in with these pretty rocks. And they were like super into outside barbecuing back then. So they have like these ancient barbecue pits.
They're big barbecuers out here.
Big barbecuers. But yeah, do remember standing next to the fountain. I do not recall that it was a bear, but this makes sense if the ghost bears were there.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is really cool.
So let's see. The next one is something I have already spoken about on the podcast. Early days. This was last year because we're almost at a year of doing this podcast, and we started during spooky season. So the Dark Watchers. James goes, my favorite apparition of the Central Coast is one indigenous to us, the Dark Watchers. These supernaturally tall figures appear to travelers in the Santa Lucia mountain range in the near distance. You look away, then back again, and they've disappeared. Some attribute them to Shumash's belief, but there is no anthropological support for this. Some claim the Spanish referred to them as Los Vigilantes Oscuros, but I haven't found anyone who gives a source for this information. Certainly John Steinbeck wrote about them in his story, Flight. I think I remember touching on this the first time and being like, oh my god, John Steinbeck knows about the Dark Watchers. Anyways, where a murderer flees into the mountains and the murderer's mother warns him, if thou sees any of the dark watching men, go not near them, nor try to speak to them. Steinbeck's own mother left fruit and nut offerings for the Dark Watchers in Mule Deer Canyon on her way to school, according to John's son Thomas, and she claimed to have received flowers in their place. That's kind of crazy. I want a little Dark Watcher friend. When a couple from Arroyo Grande came on one of my ghost tours, the husband, a contractor, described seeing a dark figure a dozen feet tall pass through them. And his wife, pregnant at the time, she said she simultaneously felt it pass over her womb. A Dark Watcher close up? Who knows? Those of you who don't know, I live in Arroyo Grande.
The baby is now. We need to follow up on that one. Is that baby like haunted? Is the baby a Dark Watcher?
Is the baby a Dark Watcher?
I do not like that, but they could feel it. Dark Watchers, as a refresher, don't they kind of, they're really tall and they kind of just hang out in like trees at like sunset, and you see them and then you don't.
Really I don't. They're saying don't get close to them, don't like look at them, don't try to talk to them. However, like they're just watchers. I think the idea of them is that they're protecting the land, and they're just making sure you're not littering, you're not like harming anything, you're not taking things. That's a big one. So, which honestly, I like a Dark Watcher. I'll give you fruit and berries. You give me flowers. As long as you're not picking the flowers I have right out front, we're all good. Okay. Mi Hang Lo, Chinatown, San Luis Obispo. The last Chinese business in all that's left of San Luis Obispo's Chinatown, Mi Hang Lo, is a blast from the past. I took the daughter of On the Road's Neil Cassidy there, and her husband said, Chinese food and jazz. How beat can you get? It was opened back by Jin Jack in 1927, and the building's still owned by the Jins, though the restaurant is now run by the Kwong. As Paul Kwong tells it, when the staff is in front, pots fall mysteriously from the huge metal shelves in the kitchen. When the staff is in the kitchen, the bell rings on the front counter's toy delivery bike. One of the waiters cleaning up upstairs saw a child run across the dining room. The Jin family's former quarters. The current building dates from 1957, but it replaced the old wood A Louis store from 1874. Moved across the street to the current A Louis store that was built in 1885. Which building is a child running through? Paul's son, Russell, told me that one night he had a dream that old Miss Jin was asking him insistently for a Mountain Dew. When he woke up, he mentioned it to Cody Jin, who said Mountain Dew was his grandmother's go-to drink. She kept a six-pack in her fridge. So Russell bought a six-pack for the fridge in Mi Hang Lo's upstairs dining room. No one ordered any for 6 months, but when someone finally did, Paul's partner Leslie went to take out one of the six-packs, and the entire six-pack, unopened, was empty. Maybe there are two ghosts.
Oh,
so we got a Mountain
Dew.
Yeah, for sure. Mission Prep. So this is behind the Mission. Obviously, it's going to be a charter school, private school, in San Luis Obispo, and it's haunted. I'm probably only going to read a few of these and kind of keep it like an ongoing thing throughout the month because I don't have much time.
We should
I
do
don't
a
know how much.
spooky, a
Yes.
little spooky month, like a spooky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's spooky until it's conspiracy, and that's spooky
Yes.
too. So it's always spooky. Yes. A mission ghost appeared to the friend of a friend of mine. The friend of the friend was studying organ in high school. I mean, spooky girl already, or boy,
Yeah.
whoever you are.
Playing the organ at the mission.
Yeah. You're asking for it in the best way possible. And at night, after the church was empty, she would go to practice on the mission organ, which is an interior balcony at the back of the church leading out of the bell loft. So this must be a Catholic school. The organist faced away from the congregation, but there's a mirror to check on what's going on behind her. What was going on behind this young organist was a man in a cassock standing over the burial place of one of the friars.
Ooh.
She quotes, "If you already believe in the Holy Ghost, a ghost nun isn't much of a stretch," says my informant from the mission prep, the school a block away from the historic mission. "The ghost nun is supposed to haunt the upstairs hallway of the older part of the building to turn lights on and off and knock on doors and come through them, but I haven't found anyone who's actually seen her. She may be an invention to complement a creepy atmosphere, but a convent school on the site goes back to 1870s.
I don't
So,
like a ghost nun. I think I'd rather a ghost child. A ghost nun is just imagine seeing like a ghostly but like a nun in their outfit. I don't like that.
I know, I gotta say, that is the most, like, horror movie, like, picturesque thing ever, a ghost nun, and I don't want anything to do with it.
It seems like she's just doing the lights. Like, oops, we need to turn the lights on. Oh, nobody turned
Yeah.
the lights off. Damn it! Come on, guys.
Gosh darn, guys.
Yes.
Alright, we're approaching an hour, so I think I might end on this one.
Yeah.
And it goes out with a bang. So we were talking about, like, Scientology and, like, cults and such like that. And this one goes into it. There are, like, Freemason symbols all throughout San Luis Obispo. I mean, most towns you go through, you'll see them, like, hidden in there, and, like, Masonic temple signs on your exits. But this one's, like, in the side of buildings of parking structures. So, Central Coast surfboards on Marsh Street in San Luis Obispo. Masonic temples seem to attract ghosts or ghost stories, and the one in San Luis Obispo has ghosts distributed in various parts of the building. Central Coast Surfboards, when the storefront previously was home to Law's Hobby, had a reputation among the women who worked there for creepiness in its basement. Stock that fell off shelves for no reason, movements out of the corner of one's eye, sounds that were out of place, in quotations. One of the surfers who worked there now confirms the basement's pretty gnarly. Of course, that was a surfer. A vendor doing inventory there came out and asked if it was haunted. The owner admitted it had that reputation. She said there was someone standing nearby looking at her as she went through the boxes. One night, I had a couple of teenage girls on my tour, a niece and a daughter of Masons. Oh. They claimed the third floor was haunted. Then one of them recounted a dream she had about the second floor where meetings are held. She was walking by the three portraits on the way to the elevator: George Washington, William McKinley, and another guy. The other guy leaned out of his portrait. I know, that's in quotations. The other guy leaned out of his portrait and followed her with his eyes. Later, I asked the master of the Masons who the other guy was. Walter Adrians, the Masonic master when the temple was built in 1913. He had an apartment on the third floor and apparently hasn't given it up.
Oh, that's crazy.
I
That's
know.
so crazy that it has such a history and then it's just like a surf shop. Yeah, man.
It is weird because, like, obviously the East Coast is very, like, old. But, like, it's weird to hear things from, like, the 1700s, 1800s out here because, like, it literally there was nothing out here. Because I still feel like East Coast, like, it's town after, like, hamlet after city after town. Like, it just kind of town hops, like, so close together. Out here, it's, like, a city and then
miles.
a few 1,000-acre farm. And then you're going to hit another city, and then there's a highway where you lose service, and then there's another multi-thousand-acre farm, ranch. And, like, so to think of something being so historical out here is kind of wild to me.
And then it hasn't gotten knocked down.
That too. But yeah, the whole like Freemason thing in itself like gives me the heebie-jeebies. And then like the haunted and like the way that he was saying in this story that like where the meetings take place, like this is an active thing going on. Like that just gets me feeling weird and icky.
I would like to know more about them. I added that to my list because I've always heard about the Freemasons, and like you said, there's always like those little sign thingies, like they're all around here too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. With the secret meetings on the third floor and the guy
Well, the
watching.
Freemasons are like the like blanket term for Illuminati. So like the Freemasons are
men.
connected to the Illuminati. Yeah. And so that's actually something I don't think we've covered because it's like such a like
Huge.
a big conspiracy and like something that's like one of the top like 5 conspiracies everyone hears about is the Illuminati. So I just don't think we've covered that yet. We should do
haven't.
an entire episode where like we take Illuminati and then each of us breaks down a certain point. Like somebody does the Freemason, someone does how Illuminati like goes in.
Wait.
Let us know if you want to hear that.
I just Googled, is Tom Cruise or Nicole Kidman a Freemason? And it says there's no credible evidence to back the claim, but there has been claims that Nicole Kidman is a Freemason.
Oh.
It's all connecting.
Interesting. It is. I have half a face. It's coming through now. I'm going to send it to you. And at the end, I'll show all of you guys the half face I have right now. But
Okay.
I asked them to make her a little bit younger and chubbier, and they made her a lot younger. So now she looks like probably 13, 14, which isn't what I was going for, but you get the idea. Did you get that first picture I sent you?
Yeah, I do see that she was like a little bit older in this one, but I do see
she looked like 38 in that one to me.
Yeah. I do see the resemblance. I mean, the curly hair, if you zoom in, like the cheekbones.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Hi,
and yeah, this one too. Yeah, she's younger, but also I feel like this one, half the face. This could be that girl. Can you bring up on your phone that girl? Or no?
Yeah.
And we'll hold both up.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I'm getting a smile. Let me see. I searched her, so it should come up. I'm still learning TikTok. I've only been a TikToker for almost a month now. This is her.
I could see it, honestly.
I could see it too.
Interesting.
Weird.
When you're off camera, watch all of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who's she saying? Oh yeah, I'm very curious on all this. I have the smile. Let's see if the smiles. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, this is gonna take a long time, but this honestly, the more I watch it, the more it gets like her. Like this looks just like her, actually.
It's weird,
crazy.
Right?
It is weird. I want somebody to dig up. Well, honestly, I do wish Nicole Kidman, like, peace. Like, you shouldn't have to, like, you have all the money in the world, but you still have a life. So I guess, like, you figure out how to be rich and live in private, but that's also the downside of being rich and famous, is that people are going to say things about you no matter what, even if it's fake.
The weird thing about it, and this is the last thing I'll say about this,
mm-hmm.
If I was famous, if I was Nicole Kidman and I had all of this fame and blah, 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 one girl coming on the internet and just saying that I was a witch and I could turn people into ladders, I feel like she would not be my main target. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, why is my question? Why would Nicole put the time and the money into going after this girl? She made like 3 videos.
Yeah.
Right? And it's
I agree.
outlandishly sounding.
I think what I would do, I would probably lean into the spoof. And this is from someone half her age who doesn't have fame, but like I think the best reaction would to be like lean into it and be like picking up the floorboard and being like, "Hello, is anybody in there?" Or like and then being like having the kids around and being like, "Poof," like going on TikTok and turning them into like something.
Yeah, right?
You know, like you could spoof it And then that gives it such like that's discrediting everything she's saying if you're just spoofing everything she's doing. You know, like that's your way of saying, hey, this isn't real. I'm monetizing off of that because those are going to go viral for sure. Yeah. Like the whole lawsuit is a little crazy.
Or just
But
not
I
even
guess like,
addressing it.
yeah.
It's like 3
But I
videos
guess,
of this
like-
girl.
And like trends nowadays are so quick. Like so it's going to be something else next week. So like the fact that you're putting a lawsuit on it, this elongates it, makes the press look at it.
Yo, but why does she even? I don't know. It's just something is weird about it. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe this girl is not being truthful about this, but also is being truthful about something else that Nicole doesn't want to get out. So she's trying to silence her.
Right.
I don't
Like, and
know.
maybe, I don't know, and maybe this girl needs to go into some sort of mental health. Like, maybe she
She's
had a
having a
horrible
crisis.
childhood. Maybe she is. Maybe her mom left her under a floorboard and told her that her mom was
Was
Nicole
Nicole
Kidman.
Kidman? We don't
You
know.
know, like maybe she had a psycho mother and was like, "Hi, I'm Nicole Kidman. Get under the floorboard," and like looked
Yeah.
like Nicole Kidman. I don't know. If you lived under the floorboard, never saw your mom,
No,
and you
mom
thought your
let her
mom was Nicole Kidman, mom would let her out.
Yeah, mom let her out. She couldn't leave the house, but mom helped her, or she helped mom turn people into ladders because
That's
of
why
her
she's so
powers.
pale. She never left the house. Did you get
Right.
the more complete one?
I did. I do see a resemblance.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
thought they gave her a little beauty mark, but it's just something on my screen. I'm like, oh, they gave her a little like freckle on the top of her face. Like that's creative,
That's
but
funny.
they didn't. Yeah. Oh man. Well, thank you guys for listening with us.
Let us know what you think about
For
Nicole
scooting around, you know?
scooting under the floorboards.
Yes. Let us know. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
The idea of it, yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch all these TikToks right now.
Okay.
My For You page is gonna be like, it's gonna start turning into conspiracy. But that's okay. We love that.
For sure.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this and you're watching on YouTube, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Leave us a comment. Tell your friends about it. If you're not, find us on Spotify, Apple, anywhere else. If you have any stories, comments, questions, email us at 17scootersclub@gmail.com. And we'll get back to you. Until then, scoot. Oh,
and if you're Shane I was going to say, and if you're Shane Dawson, cover this topic to prove that you are listening to us. Thanks.
And dig a little deeper so we could listen to it and have some entertainment. So thanks, Shane. We love you, Shane. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
2 wheels are better than 4. From the mountains to the shore, find us rolling up to the pub. We're 17 Scooters Club.